So what we will need to do, the first step is compile a realistic set of assumptions about every aspect of the business. So basically, what is your installed capacity? How much is the planned utilization over next 5 years or 7 years, as the case may be. So depending on, let's say for example, if your explicit forecast period is of 7 years, so then you will need to make the projections for 7 years. If your explicit forecast is for 5 years, then you will need to make projections for 5 years. So find out as to what is the capacity utilization in those 5 years or 7 years, as the case may be. Then what is the average selling price? What is the price mix? What is the product mix? What is the market mix? All that also you need to find out. डोमेस्टिक सेल्स कितना होगा, एक्सपोर्ट सेल्स कितना होगा, गवर्नमेंट से कुछ अगर बेनिफिट्स मिलने वाले हैं on account of exports or something, how much those benefits are going to be. But of course, you have to be 100% sure about them, that you will get them. Only when you are 100% sure that you will get them, you incorporate them into financial projections, not otherwise. Assumptions about the material consumption. So how much is the material consumption, procurement price, yield कितना होगा, wastage कितना होगा, and estimation about all the expenses that you can think of. So हमने जो पहले दिन अगर आपको याद होगा कि we talked about the profitability statement, and under that profitability statement we started with the sales. After the sales we took the COGS, which is material cost plus the manufacturing expenses put together. हमने फिर उसके बाद में SG&A लिया, सेलिंग जनरल एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्सपेंसेस. उसके बाद हमने डेप्रिसिएशन एंड अमोर्टाइजेशन लिया. उसके बाद में हमने इंटरेस्ट कॉस्ट लिया, और उसके बाद में हमने टैक्स लिया. तो बेसिकली व्हेन यू आर डूइंग द फाइनेंशियल फोरकास्टिंग और व्हेन यू आर डूइंग द प्रोजेक्शंस, व्हाट यू नीड टू डू, यू नीड टू एस्टिमेट, यू नीड टू मेक सेट ऑफ अजम्पशंस कि मेरा इंटरेस्ट कॉस्ट कितनी होगी, मेरी वर्किंग कैपिटल कितनी होगी, मेरा टैक्स लायबिलिटी कितना आएगा, मेरा डेप्रिसिएशन कितना आएगा. All that assumptions you have to have them ready at one place. After that, compile the project. In case if you are doing it for a project, then compile the project cost. Compile the project cost and item wise. How much is land? How much is building? How much is plant and machinery? How much is other fixed assets? How much margin for working capital? How much is contingencies? And things like that. So list out each and every item that you are going to spend money on, and also write down how much money are you going to spend on each of those items. So that becomes your project cost. After that, do the revenue estimation, obviously. So you have your sets of assumption ready. Now estimate the revenue. तो कितना सेल होगा, किस किस ज्योग्राफी में होगा, किस प्रोडक्ट का कितना होगा, किस मार्केट में कितना होगा. सो मेक अ डिटेल्ड assumptions, set of assumptions, and then project your revenue over the explicit forecast period. So जो आपका जो भी explicit forecast period है, ऐसे जैसा कि मैंने पहले कहा 5 साल है, 7 साल है, जो भी है, उस पीरियड के लिए आपको estimate the revenue. And revenue को estimate करने के बाद then what you do? Do the estimation of expenses. Which expenses? Material cost, manufacturing expenses, SG&A, depreciation and amortization, interest on account of term loan, interest on account of working capital, and then of course also do your tax computations as to how much is going to be your likely liability on account of tax. So this is what you will do at point number 4. Then of course compute depreciation under the Companies Act as well as the Income Tax Act, because we understand that the depreciation for the purpose of financial reporting has to be calculated as per the Companies Act, and depreciation for the purpose of income tax has to be calculated as per the income tax. And under both, the methods are different. Under the Companies Act, the methods are different. Under the income tax, the methods are different. Not only the methods are different, but the rates of depreciation are also different under the Companies Act and under the Income Tax Act. So you also need to calculate depreciation for under as per the provisions of Companies Act and also as per the provisions of Income Tax Act. उसके बाद क्या करिए, उसके बाद में एस्टिमेट योर वर्किंग कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट, कि भाई ये मेरे ऑपरेशन चलाने के लिए मुझे कितना इन्वेंट्री होल्ड करना पड़ेगा, कितना मैं क्रेडिट दूंगा सप्लायर्स को, कस्टमर्स को, तो जिसकी वजह से मेरे रिसीवेबल्स कितने होंगे आउटस्टैंडिंग एट एनी गिवन पॉइंट इन टाइम, और कितना मैं क्रेडिट लूँगा सप्लायर से. सो डू द एस्टिमेशन ऑफ योर वर्किंग कैपिटल, एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन एनी केस एज अ पार्ट ऑफ योर प्लानिंग. तो उसमें आपको मालूम पड़ेगा कि पूरे फोरकास्ट पीरियड में आपकी वर्किंग कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट कितनी रहने वाली है, और जो वर्किंग कैपिटल होगी उसके बेसिस पर यू विल फाइंड आउट हाउ मच इज गोइंग टू बी योर बैंक फाइनेंस, एंड बेस्ड ऑन द बैंक फाइनेंस you would be able to estimate how much is going to be your interest cost on bank finance. So this is what you will do at point number 6. And then you come to the point number 8. Okay, 7 is fine. Interest computation on term liabilities. So अगर आपके जो कैपिटल स्ट्रक्चर है उसमें अगर आपने कुछ लोन वगैरह लिया हुआ है तो आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि वो लोन कितने सालों में रीपे होने वाला है. अगर आपको याद होगा तो हमने जो केस नंबर 3, 4, 5 किए थे तो उसमें हमने लोन अज्यूम किया था, और आपको याद होगा कि हमने अज्यूम किया था एक केस में द लोन इज गोइंग टू बी रीपेड ओवर 5 years, and then we had assumed the rate of interest to be 8%. So would you remember that? I am sure you would remember that. तो उस जैसे हमने उस केस स्टडी में किया, likewise you do the computation of interest on the term liabilities, then do the computation of tax liability. and ये सब करने के बाद अगर जैसा कि हमने केस नंबर 4 में किया कि और केस नंबर 3 में किया, टू कैलकुलेट FFCF and FCFE, free funds for free cash flow for the firm and free cash flow for the equity. So FCFF and FCFE, तो वो कैलकुलेट करिए. और आपको याद है, आई एम श्योर यू नो व्हाट इज FCFF. FCFF is the cash available for all the stakeholders of the company. What is FCFE? FCFE is the cash available for the equity holders of the company. So that is what you need to remember, and this is what you will do. And finally, of course, remember appropriate cost of capital, discounting rate. And I'm sure you would remember, but I would still mention why appropriate cost of capital. Appropriate cost of capital because your cash flow, your free cash flows can be of two type. Your first free cash flow can be FCFF, which is free cash flow for the firm, and your second category of free cash flow can be FCFE, which is free cash flow for equity. Depending on कि कौन सा cash flow आप यूज कर रहे हो, your discounting rate also will undergo a change. So अगर आप FCFF यूज कर रहे हो, you will discount the cash flow, this FCFF, by the WACC, weighted average cost of capital. और अगर आप FCFE यूज कर रहे हो, then you will discount it by the cost of equity, and that is the reason why we say appropriate discounting rate or appropriate cost of capital. So friends, this is the entire process of making the financial projections. Now what we need to understand कि भाई एक जो चीज़ है फाइनेंशियल प्रोजेक्शंस के लिए, वो जो इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है ये सब के अलावा वो ये कि डिमांड कैसे एस्टिमेट करें, कि मार्केट डिमांड कितनी है वो कैसे एस्टिमेट करें. तो उसके लिए there are 4 different techniques. The first technique is known as Delphi technique. Now what is a Delphi technique? Delphi technique is there is a group of experts. उनका काम ही ये है to estimate the demands for different products. They are the experts. So what you do, you send a questionnaire about your project to all these experts. Now all these experts will send you back the questionnaire with their replies. You study those replies, and based on those replies you may again have some more questions. So you send it back to all the experts, the revised questionnaire, and the revised questionnaire, after receiving the revised questionnaire, all these experts will again revert back to you with their responses, and that you would be able to collate and find out as to how much is the demand for the product that you plan to manufacture. So this is your Delphi technique of estimating the demand. So there can be a question in the paper as to what is the Delphi technique, and they will give you the option. Delphi technique uses experts sending them a questionnaire, something like that. That may be one option, and some weird or absurd options, other 3. So I'm sure if you have understood what is Delphi technique of demand forecasting, that is using the experts and the questionnaire, I'm sure you would be able to answer this question without any difficulty. एंड देन द सेकेंड मेथड इज टाइम सीरीज एनालिसिस. तो फ्रेंड्स, अगर आपने, आई एम श्योर यू ऑल विल नो इट वेरी वेल, मूविंग एवरेज, आपने देखा होगा स्टॉक मार्केट में अगर आप इन्वेस्ट करते हैं तो मंथली मूविंग एवरेज, वीकली मूविंग एवरेज, क्वार्टरली मूविंग एवरेज, तो वो दे वुड calculate all these moving averages, and based on these moving averages they will try to project as to what is going to be the price of a particular company's share. So what they are doing is nothing but time series analysis. So what is time series analysis? Time series analysis is using a vast data, a series of data for forecasting the future. So this is your टाइम सीरीज एनालिसिस. अब आपको बताऊं कि टेक्निकल एनालिसिस जो आप सुनते हो इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ कैपिटल मार्केट इन्वेस्टिंग, व्हाट इज टेक्निकल एनालिसिस? Technical analysis is mostly based on time series analysis. So that is using past data, past series of data for projecting the future. So that's your time series analysis. Then third method is causal model. What is causal model? As the name suggests, cause and effect. Causal model is cause and effect. So if this happens, what will happen? If a new society, just giving a simple example, if a new society housing complex is constructed having 100,000 units, residential units, what will be the shop's requirement for 1,000 residential units? So cause and effect, अगर इतना है तो कितना उसकी डिमांड होगी. So that is your causal model. So cause and effect. And again, remember, the question can be what is the basis of causal model? The answer can be cause effect is one, and then three other absurd responses. I'm sure if you understand causal model means cause and effect. Whenever I'm telling you all this, like in case of causal model, I'm telling you cause and effect because I'm creating a memory in your mind. When I'm telling you technical analysis in the share market in the context of time series analysis, what I'm doing, I'm creating a memory in your mind so that when this question comes in the examination, you should be able to answer it just like that. And then you have a scenario writing. So what is scenario writing? Again, go by the phrase itself. So what you have people, they would create a scenario. इतना कैपेसिटी होगा, इतना यूटिलाइजेशन होगा, इतनी प्राइस होगी तो इतना डिमांड, प्राइस ये होगी तो इतना डिमांड होगा. सो प्राइस डिमांड इलास्टिसिटी इतना है. सो यू ट्राई एंड क्रिएट सिनेरियोज, डिफरेंट सिनेरियोज, एंड देन after taking into account all those scenarios, then you pin down to a scenario that sounds to be more realistic, more dependable, more accurate, and based on that you take your decision. So friends, these are the four methods of demand forecasting. So one is Delphi technique, and second is time series analysis, third is the causal model, and the fourth is scenario writing.